So the NFL has implemented a new rule for the 2018 season where they will penalize teams when players for those teams kneel for the national anthem. And this is the right move for the NFL to make. Number one, it shows that they are focused on the right thing. They're a results-oriented business. So anything that impacts their bottom line, they have to rectify. And it just got out of hand last year. You saw that when people started kneeling for the national anthem, attendance went down, tickets weren't being sold, merchandise sales went down, TV ratings went down. I think last year's Super Bowl was like the lowest ratings, but they're still really high and as it relates to like other programming. Super Bowl Sunday is like the biggest thing ever. But the NFL did feel they experienced a sharp decline in their bottom line because of players making political statements. So that was great for them. It also shows that the NFL is not willing to budge and pander to the left, because the left is going to run wild with this. But it shows that the NFL will not take the Starbucks route. Starbucks, they pandered, they caved in. Same thing with Target. They did the same shit with their bathrooms and gender stuff. It's like, stay in your arena, stay in your space for what you're known for. There's no reason to involve politics in running your business, because when you do that, you get punished by the free market. You're going to see your profit decline, and that's what the NFL did, and they took a stand. It's great, because it started with Colin Kaepernick. Really, that's what's so crazy about it all, is the person who started this shitstorm isn't even in the NFL anymore. And I don't want to hear anyone in the comment section about racism and Kaepernick got blackballed. Tell me this: where else can you go to work and make a political statement when that's not a part of your job? And tell me where else you can go and do that and keep your job. Also, tell me where else you can go to work, keep your job after making a political statement when you're not even the best performer. It's not like Kaepernick was some defensive end that made a bunch of sacks. He's a quarterback. They're supposed to be the face of the team. And you can't be the face of the team if you're not a leader and you're making political statements and, the shit he said about the police. That's not going to sit well with the fans. The fans are the ones that pretty much pay the salary. They buy the tickets, they buy the merchandise, they watch it on TV, which affects ratings. So the NFL did the right thing as far as letting players know, look, this is a business and the business comes first. Your political statements, that's what Instagram's for. Go out and be in the community. There are other ways for you to have your voice and your stance be known than kneeling for the national anthem. So that was great. That was a smart move by the NFL. And I know there's going to be backlash. I know people in the comments are going to say, well, the NBA did it and it was done in the Olympics. Well, that's different, because the NFL is watched here and it's the number one sport. And they saw their ratings decline, their money decline. And it also doesn't help with our current culture. I mean, it's obvious we're in a culture war, and all it does is divide us further. Another reason I really love this move by the NFL is because I'm a diehard NFL fan. I know you guys have seen me with Broncos gear on pretty much in every video. And I was really disappointed last season when I saw some of the Broncos players like kneeling. Because for one, it's a disrespect to the country. It's like anti-American. Like, why don't you stand for the national anthem? For two, I hate mixing sports and politics. For me, like, watching sports is like escapism. That's what I do to escape from the stresses of life. Everybody has their thing that they want to do to get away from whatever ails them. And for me, that's been football. And for a lot of people, it's football. So to have politics mixed in with that doesn't sit well. It makes you not want to watch, because it's not just the act of them kneeling. It's everything else that goes along with it. Like, commentators speak on it. You get a lot of pre and post game press conferences where they mention it. It's a big distraction. There's no place for it. And I hate that they let it get out of hand. Like, I wish they would have done something about it last year, but I know there's probably implications like, okay, how do we penalize it? How do we do it fairly? And This is definitely a step in the right direction. I don't want to give them too much credit because they have done some other controversial things that I don't like over the years. Like the Ray Rice suspension comes to mind. They knew about Ray Rice's domestic violence incident, but they kind of swept it under the rug until the video came out, and then they decided to release him. Meanwhile, you got players that smoke a little bit of weed in the offseason and they get suspended for an entire year. So it just shows their inconsistency with discipline. So maybe this is a step in the right direction. I don't have too much faith in the commissioner, but I really like what they did. This was a great move for the NFL. So what do you guys think? Should the NFL have implemented this rule? Do you think it's not good enough? By the way, I don't really know what the punishment is, but they're going to penalize teams. So that's a good stance for them. But what do you guys think? Was it harsh? Not harsh enough? Should they do anything at all? Should players be able to make political statements in sports? Like when they're on the field, when they're on the clock, basically? Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next video.